All right, what's going on, party people? This is From the Grave Rip Clips, burner phone edition. So we got the burner going. You're going to hit FTG on the burner. It's going to go straight to voicemail. Leave a voicemail. It can be a question, a topic, something you want to say that you would like a response to or talked about, or whatever the case is. Whatever you want to say, record it in the voicemail. We're going to play it while we're recording, and then I'll respond to it like we're going to do right now. We're going to drop the burner number right here. That number is 561 250 3033. 561 250 3033. Hit me on the burner. All right. So our first caller called in. No, this is Emily. We're going to see what she's got to say, and let's get her going.
Hey Scott, it's Emily from Jupiter, Florida. My question is, do you feel the longer you have in sobriety, the way you face fear or challenges changes? Like, for example, I know for me when I first got sober, when I was faced with fears or challenges that came up, I tend to use as a crutch. Like, I can't do that because I used to be able to do it when I was drunk, or that's how I would face it. But now, 2.5 years later, I feel that when challenges or fears come up, I use it more of like a mantra. Like, I got sober, I can pretty much handle or do anything. I can face these fears and challenges better than I used to. So my question is, do you feel facing your fears and challenges change the longer you have in sobriety? Instead of using it as a crutch, do you use it as a mantra or a way to motivate yourself to take on whatever life has for you? All righty. Hope this is a good one. Bye.
Emily from Jupiter, you're the absolute best. Thank you for leaving that and being involved. I appreciate you. Congrats on the 2 and change sobriety. You deserve it, and you are a badass. All right. I love that. The answer is yes. The longer I stay sober, my response, how I move through with fear and challenges, is radically different than how I responded to these things in the first couple years or 2.5 years. My whole thing, the reason why I suffered for so long is that I bowed down in the face of fear. I would curse myself for a weakling, and I would do anything to avoid facing how fear felt in my body, right? It's like, if you're scared of public speaking and you go up there, right, and you're shaking, your voice is quivering, your knees are shaking, your face turns red, you forget what you're going to say, you feel like you're going to like, no one likes that feeling. No one's like, "No, yeah, I'll do it. I'm going to feel all those symptoms. Yeah, I'll do it." No, it's terrifying, right? But when we walk through that, we get the ability to see the illusion and the lack of power fear really has, because once we spearhead that and move through it, fear falls from us like scales off the side of a fish, right? It just dismantles. So in the beginning, the fear was very paramount, and it would hold more of a voice over me, and I would have to really work to like kind of mantra myself up or hype myself up like you're doing. Like, I got sober, I'm a badass, I can do anything, and I would walk through. But I'll just park that right there for a second. When I got sober this time, about 9 years ago, I remember making a decision with myself where, I've had sobriety time in the past, but I would always, negotiate with fear. If I was really scared to do something, I would find a reason not to face it in my sobriety prior. And this time, the pain was so great that it wasn't about motivation. It was about how wrecked I was. And I had made a decision with myself. And I said, I don't care how scared I am. I will do anything. I will walk through fear every single day. I don't care how scared I am, because I'm done with that type of pain that I just came in the door with. So I made that decision for myself, and it made, when I came up against fear or challenging situations, that much easier because I already had pre-decided what was going to happen. It's kind of like what I do with myself when I say I'm going to go to the gym when I get home from work. uh, I make a decision at work. I'm like, there's no option. I could be driving home. I don't care how tired I am. I've made a decision, and how I feel about it in that moment is irrelevant. So the longer I stay sober, I gain more data of walking through fear, which is an awesome thing because over the past 9 years, I've been gaining data of being non negotiable with myself as far as how I respond to fear. And I still have way more years of my life cowering before fear and just crucifying myself for doing that because in my heart, that highest version of me wants to emerge. It wants to walk through fear. And it, by the way, and it even knows that I can. It just doesn't want to feel discomfort. So now I have all these years of data, right, of learning to walk through fear and face it, know how, regardless of how scared I am or whatever challenge it is, etc. And so experience builds my faith, right? Joseph Campbell has this quote and he says, I don't need faith, I have experience, which is a pretty gangster thing to say because what we're saying is, I've been taken care of every time I thought I couldn't do it. Every time I thought this was too hard, I'm not going to make it, I'm too scared, whatever. And I always came out good. I always came out fine. And so when new challenges present themselves, I draw back from that well and I go, well, I wonder, right, if I will continue to just be okay because I've been okay every other time. I've surprised myself. I've gone through challenging things. And so what changes is um, my bounce back time with fear, right? Where I may have had more hyping myself up, mantra, as you said, or trying to convince myself to just do it anyways, right? Now it's like it's pointless for me to even begin to consider how scary it may be. You know, like for instance, I went to speak at Ole Miss to their college football team, and I was terrified. I was terrified, right? But I can no longer be the man that says no purely because he's scared. And that's the reckoning. There's a decision is like two different people are going to be living after this date that I have to go speak. There's going to be the guy who said thank you, but no thank you, purely because he was scared. And then the guy who went and did it anyways, regardless of how scared he was. Two different men are going to be operating in life after that moment. And I get to decide which one I want to be. And what an experience to be terrified, have really no idea what you're going to say, never speaking at that level or to a college team, cameras all around you, and just fucking go, you know? And yet again, I got to prove to myself that when I put all my chips on God and I put all my chips on the experience of faith and the data that, um, you know, well, what's that? Okay, this is from the book, right? What seemed at first a flimsy reed has proved to be the loving and powerful hand of our Creator. And that's my story again and again and again. It's like, this is flimsy. It ain't going to hold. I don't know. I'm not about it. You go, you go, you go. I'm not going to go. You go. And then, you know, finally, it's like that crucible, like the crux of the whole thing is like, man, I do not want to be the guy that does not do this. Roller coasters, different story. I don't care. I don't care. The older I get, the more sick I get. It's weird. I don't like it. I don't care if you call me a wuss, whatever. I'm not doing it, and I don't care, and I'm going to sleep fine at night. But when it comes to facing the dragons within myself, I have no other choice because I know I've experienced for far too long the life that that guy creates, man. And it's not a good one. So fucking kudos to you. Badass question. It shows that you have intimacy with your inner world. It also shows that you have awareness of the version of yourself you know is your birthright, that highest version. And it's being propelled by your initiation into this world, which was letting go of alcoholism and stepping into this new, revived, vibrant version of yourself. And you know what? I truly believe that we're always going to have some type of level of fear to contend with or let go of. I think I think that is love. I could be wrong. I could have that completely misconstrued, but like, I wasn't like a particularly bad guy when I was in my active addiction. I mean, I've done some messed up things. I was certainly selfish and all that stuff, right? But I was really just petrified all the time. Not some of the times, all the times. So if being terrified was what caused the collision and confusion in my life, then even if I'm terrified now, I cannot bow down to it. My life depends upon it. And other people may not walk around with that type of serious notion. I do. It's just the way I've been rolled up and spit out into life, and it's where I'm at. Um, Awesome question. Awesome question. I love it. It got me thinking. You went from the now to the future. It's just great, man. And it's a pleasure and an honor to watch you transform, Emily. So I appreciate you. Thank you for the love. And again, if you guys like this clip and you want to interact and participate the same way that Emily did, hit us on the burner 561. Brett's going to put it like right here, or here, I think. I don't know. One of those. I just pointed to every corner. So one of them is going to work. 561 250 3033. 561 250 3033. Thank you again. Hit us on the burner. Peace. Thank you, Emily. Yeah.